Hello, welcome back to Sean's Workshop. Today I'm going to be putting up, I'm reorganising my workshop, and one thing I do want to do is put in a proper socket on the wall for network cables. So because I'm going to be plugging them into motherboards to do testing, things like that, eventually if I just use a cable, let me show you an example. These are what the, I don't know if you can see this, these are what the ends of a network cable look like. These tabs that help when you plug it into a socket, it kicks into place to stop it from falling in and out. Plug it into a motherboard or Ethernet port on your laptop. These are very fragile; they break very easily. What I don't want to do is have this on there and I plug it in and out of motherboards. Eventually, and then I'll have to chop it off, put in a new one. Instead of that, I'm gonna be making putting some sockets on the wall, put a patch cable in that if that breaks, they're like 50 pence a pound or whatever it is, equivalent in America, $1. Chuck that away, get yourself a new one. They're pennies. Whereas this is going to be fixed under my bench. Last thing I want to do is have to rerun a new cable. So I'm going to plug them into a socket. Yeah, eventually these might go, but it's going to take a while. We've got a back box. I'm going to run in two cables. Now this is Cat 6 cable that I had off my dad. He kept it in a shed. So what I've done, I've cut off a good couple of inches off the end in case a bit of wood got in. To be honest, I do that even if it's any box that's not come straight from the supplier. I tend to cut a few inches off the first lot of cable I make, just so I know nothing's got in, dust, moisture, anything like that. Okay, so I'll show you how to make that. First thing to do is break the tab and run the cables through the back box. I don't want to tell you how many times I've put the socket on and then I've remembered the back box. Of course, then you've got to take it back out, run it through the back box, and then redo it. But again, you've got to redo it because you've already cut through the cables. Okay, so always make sure you do the back box first, otherwise you will regret it. And it's not oh, I've made a big mistake. I've done it more times, and I've built entire computer rooms, and I've done it more times than I care to remember. So we'll break the tabs off. These are supposedly easy to break tabs. But sorry, I've moved my camera a bit further back so you don't get the top of my head. So I'm still getting used to where it is. You've got these tabs. Yeah, they're supposed to be easy to break off, but quite a few times I've broken the entire bottom of the plate. So they are very easy to snap as well. So I usually run a sharp knife along the tab. I'll do that. These are very easy to break. So what are we on these? I guarantee this is good. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, right now I've got some we're doing. Okay. Snips probably be better when I. There we go. So why I didn't. 8:30 in the morning. That's what I blame. Not enough coffee. You're supposed to be able to use pliers, but guarantee use snips. Use cable cutters. Oh, there we go. Okay. I said this is Cat 6 cable. If you are buying Cat 6 cable, when you get it, make sure it is Cat 6 cable. Cat 6 will have plastic that separates the. You've got 4 pairs, so that's 8 cables in an Ethernet cable. In an Ethernet cable, whether that's Cat 5, Cat 6, whatever. Cat 7, you've always got 4 pairs. That's 8 cables. In Cat 6, and I think Cat 7 in that, you'll have a plastic cross section that goes through the whole length of the cable. If you haven't got that, then it's not decent cable. It's not proper cable, and you've been conned. So always make sure you've got that. Find my cutter. There we go. Nope, I don't want to use that one. Oh, yeah, that's the one I want to use. So you've got the cable cutter. I did have a better one than this, but can't find it. So this is one I had with the kit a while ago. So on there, I'd go back a couple of inches. I'll explain why, but I'll explain that you don't want that much, but just to make it easier to start with. The one turn and then split. Don't do too many turns, otherwise you'll cut through the thinner cables, the actual cabling inside. Spread them out. As I said, that's the plastic. I said that's the plastic cross section. Don't want that, so we'll cut off as close as possible. I want to do the same with this one. I'm running 2 cables, just in case I have anything on my bench plus anything on the right. When you've got this, you'll see there's a color code. I don't know if you can see very well. Go over. See. Testing. Yeah, okay, so I thought my microphone had gone off then. There you go. So you see you've got colors that match the colors on the cable, A and B. Those are the color. Those are the cable color pattern. Want for a better word, you need to use. Industry standard is B. Always use B. So you've got orange. Where I remember it, okay, because I say it fast. If I think about it, I get confused. So go orange, white, orange. So it goes orange, white, orange, orange, white, orange, green, white, blue. No, ignore me. That's different. So you got orange, orange, white, green, green, white, brown, brown, white, blue, blue, white. You can see on A is slightly different that way around. I'll explain when the pattern I was saying was for the plug at the end. So sorry, on one of those mornings. So yeah, if you go up with the A standard, you'll end up creating a crossover cable. which is not too much of a problem these days because like if you plug it into a network switch or Ethernet port, a lot of modern day tech can have got the technology to uncross a crossover cable. But if you plug it into an older computer, an older switch, network switch, you think you're going to have problems. So just to be on the safe side, always go with the B standard. Okay. Go up slightly. Make up these cables. Like that. So what I do is switch back over to the overhead for a second, and then I'll switch. So I'm gonna untwist. When you untwist these cables, only untwist up to the you want them twisted as much as possible because otherwise you're going to get a lot of interference on the cable. So keep them as close when you untwist them. And we switch back to the microscope. When you untwist them, you have them as close. Doing this while looking at the microscope. So we've only got a very small amount of untwisted cable. Probably got a bit more. And I've done it. I'm doing it the extended side. Go. You want this twisted all the way right up close. You don't want a load of untwist going all the way through because you're going to have problems. You have problems with interference and you probably won't get the best connection. Sorry, my patterns or sorry, my thoughts are they're all over the places. Please excuse me. Okay, done it a bit tidier, but yeah. So as you see, you've got the solid color, which is the solid color on the cable, the white, which is color above, but the white version. Brown, brown, white, blue, blue, white. Green, yeah, orange, orange, white, green, green, white. Now you want the punching tool, which is better view. Yes, I've got a Draper one. It's probably not the most expensive one, but you've got two parts of it. You've got the But that sits on the cable and pushes it into the hole there, and you've got the cutter. Always make sure that's on the outside of the socket. Otherwise, you're going to cut the cable and you'll have to start again. I've done it loads of times. So again, not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to be panicked over. Just try and avoid it if you can. Okay. So you sit it over the section where the cable's gone in, and you push down, and you should hear satisfying click. Just pushed it in, and it snipped the end off. Hear that? It won't snip. There you go. Yep. And that's all snipped, looking tidy. We'll do the other side, but again, turn the punch down tool so the blade cuts on this side of this block, not on the inside. Otherwise, you're going to cut the cable, and I said you're not going to have a good day. So turn it around and push. DLI. There we go, and that's one done. Not the tidiest in the world, but do the job. Look a bit mangled going in, but they're fine. We will test them to make sure I haven't made a mistake. You see there's metal bits inside that. That's cut into the cable. That's where your connection is. So we'll do the same to this one. And don't do what I did. Realized I've just made a mistake. Cables are coming along the top, but they should be coming along the bottom because that's where I'm going to be bringing the cable out. So now I've got to bend those to go down. Not end of the world, but I would have preferred not to. There you go. So I've made the cable up. I'm gonna let me go back to overhead. I am over on the overhead. Let's get away. See what I'm doing. So I'll screw this to the wall. But first, I need to make up the other ends. These are the other ends. These are going to be plugs, like I showed you earlier. Turn them into these. So we'll do the same as we did before. Yeah. End off a couple of inches. We'll untwist. This is a bit different on untwist. Right, this is where I was saying about a pattern, particular pattern. I'll get an image put up on the screen. Basically goes orange, white, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. I'll say it again, but I will put a picture. Orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. That's the B standard. So we've made the socket the B standard. We want to make the other end the B standard as well. Otherwise, as I said, you make a crossover cable. You could do the A standard, both ends would work, but in new switches would swap them over. But any patch panels you buy off the internet, like any length of ready built cable you buy off the internet, will be made to the. I've got here bought these ready made off Amazon. These will be made to the business standard. Sorry about the crinkling. Let's put something. Oh. Am I going? I don't even be able to see it very well. Oh, okay. Quite awesome. So you can see orange there. Get around. Use my sticks and sticky hands. You've got orange, white, orange. Trust me. You've got the orange, white, orange, green, white. You can just see it. Green, white, blue. Blue, white, green. Brown, white, brown. Can't see it very well, but trust me, it's in there. But yeah, that's the industry standard for patch cables. So if you do it the other way, any patch cables you plug in, you're going to end up crossing over, and then it's just easier to follow the B standard. Sorry, I'm switching back and forth a bit here. Right now, what I'm doing. Oh, come on. So, switch these cables. Orange. Basically, have to untwist these pretty much all the way because we're going to pull it right to the edge because we want that bottom bit there, that shoulder to clamp onto the end of the cable. You don't want it to clamp onto here, you want it to clamp onto here, get a good secure connection. Okay. Orange, green, white. Orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. So, the green voice snuck in where it's not supposed to. Leave that one out. Orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green. It's done it again. It's snuck in where it's not wanted. Neither you don't. Now, these plugs I bought, I'm hoping I bought the right ones. These should be the pass through. I'm hoping, so you can see the holes there. So the cables come out to you. The old days, that would be closed off. You'd plug it in and you'd spend, guarantee, these would all be crossed over and you'd have to unplug them, or they wouldn't quite reach to where these metal parts are that cut into it. take it out, redo it, plug, go back in, nope, not quite reach, clip, nope, wrong, cut it off, start again. So I got try and get the pass through kind. So these cables go right through. You can see how they're separated, and it just makes life a lot easier, trust me. Right, when you're pushing it through, always do it tab down. Because that's how they need to be fed through. You spread in, and you green one are really annoying me now. I do. I'm going to cut off my snips. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to snip a straight edge. Yeah. I got everything. No. See, I've been doing this for 18 years and I'm still having problems. Brown one doesn't come through. See, all of them are through and they're in the right order, except the brown. That's bent. So I can do. See, it's not the tidiest down there, but that's what I mean. Through pass through, you see they've all come through, and I know they're in the right order. Orange, white, orange, green, white, orange, white, orange, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. The shoulder's gone right in. Now, got this tool. Go back, so I'm all over the shop. This is the plug maker tool. So you've got one for Ethernet, got a section for Ethernet cables and for telephone cables, basically. On the back, you see there's a blade. If you haven't got one of these, you haven't got one that'll work with the pass-through sockets. Pass-through plugs, I mean. You need one with the plug on the end so it cuts off the cable. So, turn this around, place the plug in, come on. It's going to be difficult now. So, should go all the way in. Then those should come out. Okay, there we go. See, cut it off nicely. I know this is a mess. Cut it off, and good as I'm going to get it for today. So let's do another one. Hopefully, I can do this one a bit better. That's a better cable. Look at that. That's what I wanted first time, but look how beautiful that one is compared to the other one. That's what we wanted. Orange with orange. They've mixed up. Oh, that's really annoying. See, orange, white, orange, green, white. Not. Okay. This is the beauty of these. Beauty of these ones. And see what's happened and redo it without having to. The old days you couldn't really see, and it was a lot harder to get off. Shoulders gone in. Orange, white, orange, blue, blue, white, green, brown, white, brown. Look at that. Very nice. And that's more. That's how I wanted it. The other one can stay. I'm only for testing, so again, let's come out the other side. I've pushed it in, and we're going to. Cables have popped out, and we've got a beautiful cable that time. Now, what I'm going to do is test the cables. So there's only a cheap tester I got with a kit off Amazon. It's a cable tester. Okay, so we're going to put it on. One side of the tester. Okay. Cable is going to plug into here. And I don't know if this is the right way around, so plug in. Ooh. Both sides should be going in sync. Have I got any missing pairs? No, lovely. Ground isn't needed because these aren't shielded. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. That means I've got the right cable and the cables are good. Plug that one. Do that one plugged in. Right. Push that over to the other socket. I hope I just dropped. No, let's grab the other one. This is the one I wasn't very happy with, but I hope this one works. Okay. Okay, they're still good. 1, 2, 3, 4. But still, they're still connected. They're still in sequence, and I'm happy with that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's how to make plugs and the ends of the socket. Again, always go with the B standard because that's the industry standard. You know where you are with it. Both ends. And again, the reason I've done this is so that it's cheaper for me and easier for me to replace a patch cable I've been plugged into here rather than having to reroute and re-cable these. So yeah, hope this was a useful video. Sorry it was a bit erratic, a bit unthought through, but hope it proves helpful. All right, have a good day, and you will say please drop a like and subscribe. It would really help me, and I'd really appreciate it. Have a good day. Take care.